Hey Ambiguity, this is Fridays with Kyle. And this week's topic is about the T in the LGBT, and if it should be there or not. So, I've thought about this, I guess I haven't thought about this in a really long time, but a long time ago, like 4 years ago probably, I was getting my hair cut by one of my drag queen friends, and we were having this conversation, and I had never even thought about it, like, just never even crossed my mind, like, duh, it should be there, it's always been there, why not keep it there? And he explained to me that, his thinking behind it, and I know that, I guess, gay men are the ones that usually drive this bus of it shouldn't be there, and I could be wrong, but they're the ones that, like, to my knowledge, have been starting the petitions to get it out. But anyways, and that's not saying anything about all of the gay men, I'm just saying that there was definitely a petition started by a group of a few gay men. So anyways, moving on. So, he was talking about how complex the T is and how it really has nothing to do with sexuality, and so that it's weird that it's there. And I can totally see that point. And in fact, that may be the way that I sort of lean. But I completely see the other side of it too. Like as Ty was saying in his video, about how it's kind of labeling all the things that aren't what society expects, and that makes sense for them to be there. But to me, the whole issue just seems real trivial, because we're just trying to put a label on why this label is there, or put a label on why it shouldn't be there, and really, like, it doesn't matter. I kind of hate all the labels anyway. I understand why we need them. I'm a really organized person, an organizational freak, I guess you could call me. And I love labels. I'm all about it. I label where my forks go, as I'm holding a fork because I'm about to eat dinner. But, like, I love labels and putting them in places and being able to look at everything and be like, oh, isn't it so pretty and labeled? Like, that's great. But that's not how the world works. That's not how people are. So the whole fact that we have labels, is great to explain to somebody that thinks and deals in those categories, but really, like, doesn't encompass who we are as people, who we are as society, who we are in general. That's why trans people have such a problem figuring out who they are, because some of them don't fit on the binary. I happen to be at this moment, and who knows what I'll feel in 10 years, but in this moment I fit on the binary. I completely feel male, but that doesn't mean that in 10 years I won't feel that way. But it just sort of boggles my mind that we're already so different than what society expects. So why are we trying to, I guess, separate ourselves from each other, and or why are we trying to define categories? There's a gender spectrum and there's a sexuality spectrum, and just as there is, like, an introvert spectrum and an extrovert spectrum. Like, I'm an introverted extrovert, and that means that when I really need my introverted time, I need it, and when I really need to be extroverted, like right now I'm going insane, which is why I'm making videos, like, I need to talk to people, and, like, it just is that way. I don't know, so the whole concept to me is just a little bit mind-boggling, because, I can see from one side and I can see from the other, but the whole argument, to me, just doesn't hold a lot of ground, I guess, because it just is that other thing that we're trying to shove in a box because society says it should be, and one of these things is not like the other, so it can't be anywhere near me, which is, I guess, to me, feels like why the whole LGBTQ and all the other letters have been put in place, because we don't belong with regular, what people think of as regular society. But why can't we just throw all the letters away and be people. I don't know. So, I mean, yes, on one hand, I completely understand. And on the other hand, why don't we just throw it all away and just be and just live together in society and not have to have a label? Not everything needs to be organized to death. Um, anyways, you may agree with me, you may disagree with me, and that's totally fine. Everybody's, entitled to their own opinion, and that's why the world goes round. So, alright, I gotta go tend to my dogs and my dinner. So, I'll see you next week. Bye.